Welcome. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Welcome to the village. Thank you to all my loved ones. Y'all know I appreciate each and every single one of you. Every view is deeply appreciated. Thank you. But y'all know we don't do it for the views over here. We do it for the facts, okay? You have to express yourself in other ways because I find that when things happen, people have a group thinking situation going on. Everybody follow the same path and the same pattern. So I want to talk about the charges being dropped on the mother and the son in Chicago. And I get that everyone is very happy and excited about it. But I got to ask you all some questions from a different angle because on the surface it's like, oh, it's great. She had her gun permit and that guy was shouldn't have been talking shit. He shouldn't have hit her. True. All true, right? However, let's go to the flip side of this. If that mother and son had been white, would y'all feel the same way? hmm Because it's funny how it depends on who's committing the violent act, who gets a pass. If it's one of our own people, we are okay with it. I've heard a lot of mothers on here celebrating and they was happy that this woman got off, but you all are not looking at the bigger picture. You do not understand. This is part of the setup. This is they want us to take each other out. They do not care. They don't have a problem about it. Listen. So, and you got to be careful in these cities. The Chicago is one of them cities. Baltimore, Maryland is one of them cities. These cities are all over the United States of America where there are eliminating black people. They're even saying it out loud, but people are not really listening. The people who need to be listening to it are not listening and not catching it, okay? That's our people. That's us, right? The same way, like they brought all of those immigrants into Chicago. They don't give a damn about black people over there. So yes, if you kill somebody, who gives a shit? But so in Maryland, one of those cities, correct? Okay, there's a new bill. This bill prohibits a person from being convicted of murder in the first degree if they are one, under the age of 25 at the time of the offense, and two, committed the crime in perpetration or attempted perpetration of an additional crime, which means probably a murder, a robbery. Hey, Adrian, good morning, boo. What it do? A robbery or something to that effect. A violent crime, a felony. Felonies are serious charges. They're not going to charge a person under the age of 25. They're setting y'all up for failure, is what I'm trying to tell y'all, okay? Don't go for the okey doke. Crimes, laws are for the lawless. And there are a lot of lawless ass people out there, and they are required. But they're like, go ahead, kill each other. We're not going to charge you. We don't care. We're not going to send you to prison. We're not going to hold you accountable. They're not holding people accountable out there in the streets, okay? So now let's get into this the mom situation, the mother and son situation. Now, I'm just going to read. So the mother and the son, the charges were dropped, okay? So the footage showed Hood ordering food, then cuts to her 14-year-old son entering the restaurant and opening fire, both inside and in the parking lot before the pair leave the scene. Okay. So with that being said, just from that little blurb right there, you know that the man, he shot him and the man turned and ran away. It should have ended there. Okay. Police has said Hood was in an argument with Brown while waiting in line for food at the restaurant. Hood then reportedly texted her son and had him come into the restaurant as the argument turned physical. So the argument hadn't turned physical yet. The moment that she texted her son, nobody thinks she should have left the restaurant. Why do we why is violence the remedy for everything in our community? If she didn't have her son and that gun in the car, would the argument have gone that far? Would she have walked away? Would she got the fuck out of Dodge if she didn't have that gun permit? That's why, and y'all have heard me say before, I don't carry like I would, you gotta think, especially if you a hothead, because will it really worth going to prison? Like your son could have been on his way to prison to be fucked for the rest of his life, and you were okay with that over an argument in a goddamn fast food restaurant because she texted him before the blows started flying. I'm not arguing with no mentally ill person. I don't give a shit who it is. I'm getting out of Dodge. You have to value your life and your freedom. And you're involving a young black man in some bullshit. He's 14 years old and he's murdered somebody. Like, people are not getting that part. He's 14 and he committed a murder. Whether he be cleared of the charges as far as the state of Illinois is concerned, what about his own spiritual being and his own mental? You did some fuck shit. Now, either he can turn killer. Hopefully, they get the young man some, some therapy and some counseling with some other black people who've experienced this. But this is not right. The same way how people, y'all know we see those videos where, oh, um, Asians are discriminated against black people. They follow them in the store. They always want to say that people are stealing from them. But in the same breath, Walmart had to shut down because motherfuckers done stole and destroyed everything in the stores. You know, what are we doing? We don't hold ourselves accountable for shit. So then back to the mother and the son. So I heard commentary earlier where the person was saying that the young man who the lady was having an argument with, he deserved what he got because he had a history. He was always into trouble. He was doing shit. Based on that logic, should not the man on the subway, y'all are saying that he deserved to die too, correct? Mm-hmm. That would mean that George Floyd deserved to die too, correct? How do we pick and choose who deserves to die? And again, we have to be careful. Like, people are celebrating this as a win. This mother and son, this is great what happened. This is, they got off. But I'm hearing this also from people who talk about violence all day, who celebrate fighting, who want to meet up at parks, who justify a young man beating his mom went, there's a man on here, a young man went to fight. His mother brought him with her and he ended up jumping in the fight. And, and everybody's like, yeah, if that was my mom, I'm going to fight too. But what are y'all fighting for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, conflict resolution is very important. Y'all, shit is escalating to violence. People are dying. Y'all don't even care if you kill somebody. It's no big deal. But it is. It's wrong. You have to carry that around with you. You don't, when a family member dies, you could mentally snap, right? You don't know how far you're going to go and how it's going to affect you. But imagine murdering somebody, because that's not your position in life. That's not what you're supposed to be out here doing. But you put that on a 14-year-old and everybody is happy and, he did what he should do. That's what a son should do, to defend their mother. But as the mother, isn't it your job to defend your child? Should you not be putting your child in situations where they got to kill somebody on your behalf? Why are we saying that's right? That's what I would do for my mother. That's right. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna have nobody fuck with mines either. But at the end of the day, my mother wasn't the type of person that would put me in the fuck shit and in situations where I would have to do something like that. You know what I mean? We're not talking about some random shit just happening. We're talking about you're in a restaurant in Chicago where niggas get it twisted all the time, right? That's like, if I'm somewhere, you know what time it is. You know where you are. There's just some people you can't really engage with. You already know. But if you had time to think about texting your son, bring the gun, and come in here and shoot this motherfucker, this is before the blows started flying. That's not, in a different state, that shit might be premeditated. Hello? In a different place, them same rules ain't gonna apply. I promise you, if you did that in the city, if this happened, well, she did have a gun permit. But so they dropped the charges on that. But if they were in a different city, like, you're endangering your son. You endangered your own son. Like, he came in there with a gun, but what if that dude would have had a gun too and shot her son dead? You see what I'm saying? This shit could go either way. In Chicago, every day, how many black people are killed? Every single day. Do y'all really think like this was a win? I mean, it's a win for her or whatever, but is it a win for them as a community? No, because nobody's being charged with anything. It's a free for all. It's go ahead and hurt whoever the hell you want to hurt if they're black. Because if that boy was white and that happened, what would be going on? But I promise you, if that mother and son were white and killed that same black man that y'all said deserved to die in that restaurant, in the parking lot. Now keep in mind, this young man chased him down too. And the mother wanted him to kill the girlfriend too. But y'all will still say that that woman deserves to walk free. Something is wrong with that lady. Did y'all not see her picture? She looked a little familiar too, didn't she? Mm-hmm. But something is wrong with that lady. For real, for real. Her son, she put him in that danger. Like I said, he stopped her. She wanted him to kill the girlfriend too. And y'all think a person like that deserves to be walking the streets? Y'all are celebrating that crazy woman being released. The son definitely shouldn't have been charged because the bitch called him in there and he's 14. He's a kid. But let's look at the mother. Like something is wrong with that lady. She really wanted him to take the girlfriend out too. Y'all don't see anything wrong with that? Y'all think that's something to be celebrated? You want to live next door to that crazy bitch? I don't. I don't. I don't want to run into her anywhere. Never mind the guy that the boy killed. The mother got something wrong with her. But in our community, she's being celebrated like she's some hero, like she did something great, and she did not. She did not. She was willing to take two people out over an argument in a restaurant when you had time to walk away. And I say that because you had time to text him and tell him to get the gun and come inside and kill these people. And then that's when the punches and the blows started going. We don't know what they were arguing about. We don't know who was saying what to who and why. We don't know. But either way, we have to do better. We need some fucking conflict resolution skills. I'm telling you, I hear grown people, women. I mean, I don't stay for that shit, but when I click in here and there and they're talking about, we'll fight. I'll do this. I'm definitely going to do that. Y'all got to change your way of thinking. You're never going to make it out. I come from a violent place during a violent time. And that's why I know it's very important. It's some last minute split decisions that's going to really affect your life. Bad decisions lead to last decisions, okay? Same with the guy arguing with her in the restaurant and got killed. He could have walked away too. But we're all responsible for ourselves, but you have to think. But see, now I heard somebody saying how he wasn't shit. His family and them knew he was good. They should have been prepared for him to die because he had been in trouble and this, that, and the third, and going over this man's history. But based on that, are you not saying like then George Floyd deserved to die too, didn't he? Because he had a history. He did a lot of fuck shit, and y'all was mad when people said it. Good morning, Teron. How you doing? Big man, what up, boo? Hi. Hey, Keith. Long time no see, right? I pop in here and there. I make videos though. Always check my videos. I don't really be going live like that. But yeah, so we have to ask ourselves. Like I said, the woman couldn't have left. Why put that on your son mentally? You already live in a place where people are murdered every goddamn day. And now you've added him. He's a statistic now too. Because he's taking a life. Do you think that in this universe that he's not in jeopardy now of somebody taking, he was already at high risk. But what do you think now? You don't walk away and get away with that type of shit. It doesn't matter what the law say. The law don't give a shit about black people. Like I said, these same laws in Maryland say that you can't charge, even if he had done it anyway. Let's say he didn't have a permit. He wouldn't be charged anyway because he's under 25. Under 25, you can walk freely and do whatever you want. When they say no felony charges, that means no murder charges, no drug charges. You heard? No robbery charges. No crimes will they be held accountable for if you are a youth in the city of Maryland. I mean, in the state of Maryland. And y'all are okay with that. Ask yourselves, they setting us up and we falling for the okie doke. Like I said, y'all would get mad at the Asians, talk all that shit. Oh, they following. There's all kind of videos and shit going on because the Asians follow y'all when they come in their store. And yet, the fucking Walmart has to shut down because y'all done destroyed their shit. There's no accountability within our community. I don't understand at what point do we make the change and we stop running with the same rhetoric. Like the mayor of Chicago, this is what makes me question them charges being dropped too, because again, this is the same place where they busting all them illegal immigrants, but meanwhile, the black people of Chicago are suffering and don't have shit by their own choice. Don't get me wrong, but they don't hold them accountable either. Like when the Walmart went closed down, they said to the people and to the news and to everyone who would listen that Walmart they're racist. How the fuck are they racist? How are they racist? And they done tore down the shelves and ate up all the shit. I seen videos of people walking around the store eating food and shit. That shit is not cool. It's not cute. Right, Keep? It's disgusting. Yeah, them Asians are packing and they need to be. They better be. See, had an Asian had this same shit happen, and an Asian dude had shot that dude in the back that was doing all that fly shit in a restaurant. Had that same black dude done that to an Asian, nobody would care. People would want that motherfucker arrested. If the mother and son were white, they would want to be arrested. Y'all would see this shit differently. That's all I'm saying. If they were of a different race, they would have been expected to walk away. They would have been expected to use conflict resolution. But we don't hold ourselves accountable for the same shit. Like I said, you're making videos about the Asians watching your asses, but meanwhile, y'all robbing the shit out of everybody else. Make it make sense. We won't claim that shit. The same way with the children shutting down malls and streets and all them shit. Those are our kids. Those are not them kids. But don't want to hear that shit. Make excuses for that too. Funny thing about my city, more Asians go to church more than black people, and they only go to the food pantry. Exactly. The line be around the corner. That's crazy. I'm telling y'all, when I travel, the place I normally used to park my car at, they was full. So I had to go to this place over in Queens, New York. Y'all, when I got there, I was like, I thought it was like a movie set. It was so fucking clean. I even have a live on it. There was not a piece of garbage, a piece of paper. There was nothing. It was spotless. Asian community. Asian community, and they keep their community tight, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't have no problem with that. Black people want to infiltrate everything because why? They feel like, oh, people want to steal our culture. What is your culture? Is it ignorance? Is it violence? Because that's what we celebrate. That's what we uplift. That's what we promote. That's what people talk about. You got grown women on here talking about fighting each other. We'll meet up to fight. I'll fuck her up. I'll do this. And if you do this, and just threaten and talk shit all day and think that shit is normal. Don't understand why people see us as crazy. Don't fucking get it. Then want handouts from these same people. It's unbelievable. But like I said, should that woman have walked the fuck away? If her son wasn't in the car with the gun, instead of texting somebody, would she have walked out the restaurant and left? Because it's not about her getting off. They're gonna let everybody off. That's what y'all don't understand. They're writing laws that it's okay for you to kill each other. But y'all are celebrating this dumb shit. Y'all do not get it. Y'all do not understand. We have to start holding ourselves accountable. Look at that woman and tell me ain't nothing wrong with that lady. That lady wanted him to kill the girlfriend too. That should tell y'all that something is wrong with that mother. That mother's out of her fucking mind, but everybody justifying that. Because again, on here, they justifying that boy beating up that lady at a fight that his mama took him to. Makes no sense. Had he got killed there, though, y'all would have been looking at the mother like she was crazy. No, probably not. Had he been killed by a white person, then y'all would get the gist of the shit. The same way with that crazy girl at the graduation. Y'all was all, a lot of, I'm not speaking to, when I say y'all, I just mean people in general. But people was like, oh, she was a victim. From the beginning, I was like, this girl ain't no damn victim. Because y'all got to understand what's going on out here in the world. You're not being real with yourselves. There was no way. This woman almost ripped that damn lady's arm off to get a microphone where she said it was going to be all about her today. And y'all celebrated that, talking about she did the right thing because that lady discriminated against her. But meanwhile, had that lady been an older black woman, would y'all have said the same thing? No. You would have been able to see the disrespect for what it was. Y'all, for some reason, I don't know, do we feel like only we deserve respect? Like what? And we don't respect each other. The same with the don't snitch rule. Y'all will justify somebody being killed because they shouldn't have snitched. How the fuck does that make sense coming from adult people, grown people? But it's the hood mentality. Everybody want to live like a rapper, a stripper, a fucking thug, a ex-convict, a current convict. That's the mentality. That's the shit we promote. You know, all the hanging of the pants, the out in the streets looking like a fucking bum. Yeah, Keith, it's the truth. Oh, Adrian, you said Juneteenth was out of control. They gave y'all Juneteenth. Well, us, I'd be saying y'all. That's just my word, y'all. Shout out to Lonnie One Love. She be saying y'all too. They gave us Juneteenth to distract you. Joe Biden just wants y'all fucking votes. He don't give a shit about y'all either. Why did he bust in all the immigrants? And you gave the black people a holiday, but you didn't give them shit else. What else? There's plenty more we need. Niggas need housing. What else? No, they said they ain't giving y'all shit because y'all tear up they shit. Y'all not reading between the lines. Y'all are just Democrats because, like he said, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. I guess I ain't fucking black. Fuck Joe Biden and his bullshit, okay? But he's giving y'all things to win y'all over. He's busting in all those people so they can vote for him. Are y'all not fucking paying attention? You all think that the voting laws are trying to stack the laws against us because y'all are ignoring immigration. I was talking with my uncle the other day, and this motherfucker was like, "Ain't nothing wrong with immigration," but because that's what the fuck y'all been told. They let how many motherfuckers in at the border? They don't even know who they are. Criminals, rapists, motherfuckers on the run, people coming across with children. You come across with a child, you don't really get questioned. They're coming across with the children and abandoning them as soon as they get across the fucking border. But y'all don't care about that. Our resources are depleted. There's barely food in America, but bring them in, right? I was at Walmart yesterday. It was an 82-year-old lady named Maria who rung me out. I was so sad for Maria. I said, Maria, you know what? It's a fucking shame that you have to be working. 82-year-old Americans shouldn't be working. Maria worked 40 hours a week at Walmart, right, on her fucking feet. She don't get no special privileges because she's 82. This is America. While y'all sit and glorify fucking violence and we hand clap dumb shit. You can't live in a black neighborhood. Can't afford. I mean, then you get mad when these white people move in and gentrify your shit. And then all of a sudden it's nice and you can't afford to live there no fucking more. When you could have kept it up from the beginning. I was with somebody today that was like, I know the fuck you didn't just throw that wrapper on the garbage. I mean, on the ground. I know you didn't just throw that wrapper on the ground. I was like, animals don't eat fucking paper and plastic. If you're not throwing something on the ground that an animal can eat, I mean, you shouldn't do it then either. Like, I don't want to see fucking cups of Chinese food on the floor, on the ground. But this is shit niggas do when this is what we do. It is what it is. Throwing trash on the ground, breaking glass and shit. Like, you don't do that. There's a fucking garbage can 2 steps away, but people will throw trash on the ground. Literally. No respect. And don't add kids to it. Yeah, we got it, man. Listen, the kids are in trouble. Like I said, you got these retarded ass lawmakers. Why would you write a law talking about under 25 you can't get a felony? Okay, what? Some of these motherfuckers need felonies. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry if you think, oh no, that's gonna ruin their future. Did you not fucking get through life without a felony? So what are you talking about? No, there should be limitations after you catch that motherfucker. It shouldn't affect you for the rest of your life. But I should know if you dangerous or not. I should know if you will rob my shit. Right. I should know if you will do a home invasion. I should know that about you. No. I should know if you a rapist. No. Hello. All those are felonies. But they're not being charged with any of that. They can do all of that if you're under 25. Hello. Hello. We're in danger. But we think that they're for us. We think they're helping us. They're not helping you, Black America, by loosening laws which allow more crime to happen within your community and nobody to be held accountable. Because that's what's happening. Period. Point blank. This is not really. This is, in a sense, about this lady the charges being dropped. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, this woman had time to send a text before any blows were thrown and say, get the gun and come inside, kill this motherfucker. And then she wanted him to kill the girlfriend too. That says a lot about that woman. I don't give a fuck who dropped what charges, and I don't give a goddamn about no gun permit. Had the roles been reversed, the colors, I'm sorry, had that mother and son been white, and that had been a black man, I don't give a fuck what he had done. Y'all would not understand why she did that. She would have been wrong. Period. We have to take the color off that shit for real and just start applying realities to each situation. But we do that. I'm telling you, a black person could do something to a black person. Y'all don't have no problem with it. Even when black police officers kill black people, there is no march. There is no outrage. They'd be dead wrong. Those 5 cops, where was that? In not Tennessee. Was it Mississippi that killed that young man? And one of the cops and the guy was dating the same girl or something? There was no outrage. Y'all didn't give a shit. It's only when it's a white officer. That shouldn't be. It should be officer, people in the neighborhood, and then y'all hold other people to standards, like I said, that you don't hold yourselves to. So y'all want, when something happens, you want the police to do their job, you want answers, but meanwhile y'all say don't snitch, don't tell anybody. Y'all will know exactly who did some shit and won't say anything because y'all want to live by this code, this hood code, but then you expect outside people to give a fuck and do extra work and try to find out some shit that you already know. Like, it just doesn't make sense. We do some backwards ass shit. Mm-mm. What you said, Keith, and went away? Right, right. Oh wait, that was only on the news for a week. Oh yeah, absolutely. You ain't hear nothing else about them 5 officers. Nothing. No, they don't care. Why aren't we holding Black Lives Matter accountable? Well, I ain't give them $1, but the people who gave them bitches all that money to do what with? Nothing. And don't act like Van Jones didn't get how much money Jeff Bezos gave Van Jones to help the black community. I don't know what community. It must have been his family community. Right. These people don't give a fuck about us. So yes, they don't care if y'all eliminate each other and erase each other. The big glow up will be if we start taking accountability and holding ourselves and our children accountable. Stop glorifying fighting and violence and thinking that shit is cute. Women wearing that as a badge of honor, like you're over 13, you're over 17. I'm gonna say 17 because girls still be fighting around there, which is not acceptable. See, because what y'all don't understand is that this same violence and mentality is why you don't want to go to high school, why it's not safe for you to take the train, why it's not safe for you to walk to your house from the bus stop and shit like that, because motherfuckers glorify and entertain violence. It all affects our children. It affects us. I saw an article where a little boy was 13 years old and 5 people got on his school bus and dragged him off and beat him. Hello? Glorifying violence and celebrating bullshit. This is what we do. It's about being the baddest. All right. Five now he's 13, but had he pulled out his gun and shot all of them, yo, he would have been wrong. Well, not if he lived in Maryland. You see what I'm saying? It's a nasty merry-go-round of bullshit and ignorance, but it's our fault. I can't blame the lawmakers because it starts at home. We lost our way. We listen to music. You sit around other negative people and all your talk is negative shit. You start to believe that. And we're not talking about we talking years of this shit. People years and years and years trying to pay each other back, you know? Like I said, y'all will call DCF and do all kind of shit to each other over words, over bullshit. So just like this, people are getting killed over words, over bullshit. People are going around pranking people for clicks and views and getting killed over bullshit. Like, where does it end? I watch some of these prank videos and I'm just like, I would have slapped the shit out of this person, seriously. Like, stop playing with people. Everybody, some people are packing in the store. Like, you're going to approach somebody on some dumb shit and they're going to bust a cap in your ass right there on the spot. And depending on the race of the person, y'all will say they didn't deserve it. It is what it is. It can't be that way. Either is right or either is wrong. If it's a black woman, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you, I hear all you black women celebrating these people getting off, but y'all got black sons too, don't you? How many black men are killed, young men, over bullshit? You don't come back after that, right? So that man deserved it, but the next person doesn't. You can't have it both ways. It doesn't work that way. Either it's wrong to murder or it ain't. Either we need to walk away or we don't. You can't have it both ways. I'm telling you, my favorite, I thought about that 5 minutes ago. I said, oh, it's just so funny because we do want it both ways. Like I said, we complain about the Asians watching people walk around the store. Y'all made all them videos and want to shame people. Even though we was seeing videos where people was snatching wigs off counters, you know what I'm saying? They locking the people in, they fighting the Asian people, all of that. The Asians was wrong in being racist. Oh, Asians is wrong for not liking black people. But meanwhile, y'all shut your own fucking stores down, your own Walmarts in y'all neighborhoods. Y'all don't give a shit about the old people. You know what I'm saying? The elderly. Like, it's been, when it's 100 and something degrees, sometimes people go to Walmart and places like that, to walk around, cool off, grab a snack or whatever, but there is no Walmart. Where are they going to get their medication and shit from? Y'all don't care. You're destroying shit. The children are destroying shit because y'all making excuses for them. Like I said, that mother called her 14-year-old son in the car and told him to bring the gun inside and kill this motherfucker. And y'all okay with that? Y'all are like, yeah, she got off. Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I get it. God forbid your son or anybody ever has some issues in life and they come in contact with a crazy bitch. Because, like I said, we don't know what they was arguing about. Have no idea. The boy, the 32-year-old, escalated it. Okay. I'm a grown ass woman. Like I said, I ain't arguing with no dude about shit. Get the fuck out my face. Get on. Because even that dude I cussed out at the store that day for blocking me in, I cussed that motherfucker out as I was walking into the store where there was a police officer standing. I'm not crazy. I ain't fucking crazy. I'm not getting out and wrestling with this man and fighting with this man. I'm not doing all that. And if I had a gun, I even said to myself, I probably would have got out and fucking bust him in the head with it. That's why you got to be careful. You got to know yourself, what you capable of and what you'll do. And if you have anger management issues yourself. Because, see, again, your freedom is on the line. Your life is on the line. Anytime you argue with a stranger, you don't know what they got going on. You could be arguing with somebody who wife just took everything from them. They ain't got shit to lose. But you do. But they'll take your life. I'm not doing that shit. Value your life. You know the value of your life. Look like what happened with Jocelyn and Amber. Look at what they promote. Isn't that disgusting, Adrian? Oh my God. Them bitches are way too old to be on TV talking about anything got to do with college. I don't get that shit. But they're fighting. But not only are they fighting, there's a whole nother show with Andrew Caldwell, Raz B, and a whole bunch of other niggas on there arguing and fighting all day too. It's embarrassing. That's what we do. No matter the situation, there's a show on Netflix. It's like in Lagos or somewhere, and it's something like, but it's like African bling, Johannesburg. They're super rich. I mean, they live an extravagant, elegant lifestyle. Let me tell you. But the fact that they being petty and catty too, it's like find some other shit to do. The African American claim to fame is fighting, arguing, and disrespect. We'll shoot somebody, you'll kill somebody over anything. And then we wonder why our community is the way it is because we made it that fucking way. That's why. You want to talk about the white man? No, 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 no. Ask yourselves though. All the people that you know, how many of them have been killed by white men? See, I I don't know any. I see it on the news, but I don't know any personally. I don't. Do you? Let's keep it real. Do you? Right. See, that's simple shit. We gotta ask ourselves, and we don't. We're our own worst fucking enemies. Our own worst enemies. Because, like I said, the mother is celebrated when the mother could have walked the fuck away. The mother didn't have to put her son in that situation. He got a body on him at 14. And he's going to wear that like a badge of honor. The same way, like the whole King Vaughn situation and all of that, and all the dudes over there that, y'all celebrate. What's that shit called? Where they live at? I forget. I don't even want to say that shit. My bizarre. I apologize. But it's too much. The children are dying. It's the children now. Y'all got to remember the 8-year-olds, the 10-year-olds that are getting hit by stray bullets. You can't go to the grocery store, right? Can't you? Women are getting shot in the school pickup line in the morning, in the school pickup line, the drop off line at school for you dropping your kids off. You're getting shot in the fucking drive through at the school. Y'all not. This happened in Virginia. Y'all not paying attention to this shit. To see those stories don't get major news. All right. And mental illness is a real thing. That mother is mentally ill. I'm sorry. That lady's crazy. Y'all could think that shit is normal and she there was a win. It wasn't a win because the lady's crazy. She gonna do something else. Watch. I'll be curious to know how long she had her gun permit. How long she had a license to kill. Because that's what it is for some people. Right. A lot of them police officers, government paid assassins. Everybody ain't I'm not oblivious to what's going on. But I just honestly, like I said, when I read that, the lady had time to text her son and tell him to come inside and kill this man. And y'all mean to tell me that y'all don't see how y'all not asking yourself how the hell they let that slide? Because it was premeditated, kinda. You could have walked away. Could have left. I forgot what happened the other day. Something similar that happened. And I was like, why the fuck didn't these people just leave and call the police? Y'all can't argue with everybody. You ain't gonna win every argument. You're not. Oh, they was on a cruise ship and this drunk ass man had called these people a nigger, called this man a nigger. And the man, of course, he fought the man. But y'all are on international waters, and as black people, the way we treat each other, y'all really can't be that outraged and y'all hear the word nigger from somebody else. I'm sorry. I find that hard to believe. They disrespected you. The way we disrespect each other, you mean to tell me that word is going to get you so riled up that you're going to go to prison? You're going to get locked up on international waters. You're going to get banned. You're going to catch a cruise ship fine because some drunk motherfucker said nigger? I think not. Not for me. Not for me. But they attacked me in the comment section because they was like, oh, please. But here's my thing. You got to value your own freedom. Are you willing to give up your freedoms? Because it's priceless. In a blink of an eye, it will be gone. Real shit. You know, there are people who go out to drink at night, right? Go out to kick it with their coworkers, had one too many, end up fucking killing somebody on the way home, y'all, in a car accident. And what? Your life has changed for the rest. It's over. It's a done deal for now, okay? You'll be back later. There's no more going to work. All that shit is over. Things that you do normally, over. You're not going to see your mom. You're not going to be able to touch your children. You know what I'm saying? Unless you happen to be able to bond out. That doesn't happen for everybody. Not an option. Now it is. Now it is. But we're all going to be affected by that because you can't live in a society where there's no fucking accountability. How? You can't. Remember the Wild West? People were shooting each other down in the street. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And they're going to encourage y'all to do that. Trust me. They are making laws where it is okay. Go ahead. I mean, like I said, in Maryland, that's crazy. Considering what happens with the youth. We watched The Wire. Why? No, The Wire was all true. There was no, you know what I'm saying? Actually, it probably was a little tame. It probably was wilder than that. It's still wild, but you're lessening the laws. Who are you helping by doing that? Instead of doing that to the laws, why don't y'all implement and make some fucking programs where these kids can go? I don't mean night basketball. I mean programs where they can live in a dormitory some damn where, get them some education and some training, sentence their asses because y'all, we don't want to send them to prison. No, train them, get them off the street. You know why a lot of them are in poverty in the first place. But meanwhile, again, we're busting in illegal aliens, and you got people who are justifying this bullshit, talking about immigration is a good thing. It is when it's done correctly. It's not being done correctly. This is a push for votes. This is a push to get rid of black people. Y'all not paying attention though. Like I said, y'all are on the streets and celebrating them taking care of other people. Homeless people living in tents in places like Los Angeles, California. You know how much money it takes to live out there? Hello? San Francisco. On pay what? It's expensive. It is very expensive to live out there. But they don't care. They're legalizing drugs. Hello? Like, what's that? Kensington and Philly, that's normal and that's okay. Y'all better pay attention. This is what I'm telling y'all. They legalizing bullshit that's going to destroy you. How is it okay for a whole neighborhood? Or I guess I don't know, what is it, a neighborhood? Right. Everybody's a zombie in the neighborhood. But that's okay. That's legal. That's fine. We're not going to fix this problem. We're just going to pass a bill, make it okay, so then we don't have to be bothered with it. And they're doing that shit in other places too. Like, what? But it's affecting us. It's not about, that whole black and white shit. Like, poverty is real. We all in the struggle. But these laws right here that they making is not good for us. So when y'all hand clapping people getting away with dumb shit, remember, that's the likelihood of dumb shit happening to you has just increased because there's one more sicko that's not being held accountable. Look at all the people. I was watching the news. There was a girl going to the prom 2 weeks ago. She in the subway. Somebody pushed her onto the track, y'all. Luckily, she got herself back up. Some man helped her. And she went on. Hey, Ronnie Q, what up, boo? She went on to the prom. She said she didn't mention anything. She just went ahead. And after the prom, she told everybody what happened. But that girl could have been killed on her way to the prom. And she was minding her business because these are cities where people are running fucking wild. They doing whatever they want to do. the police presence is null and void because what Democrats said, okay, all the police are racist, right? We don't need them. Let's defund the police. So they defunded the police. What did they do with the money? They said the money was going to be for the community. Oh, that's right. They're taking care of illegal immigrants. Y'all motherfuckers better wake up. I'm trying to tell you. See how the ball is bouncing? They're lying to y'all. They're feeding your egos. They're co-signing bullshit, and they're making you think that you're right, and we're not. We're destroying our community and our children. Our children are in trouble because we're in trouble. But we don't fucking get it. Like I said, you think that what that woman did was okay? Instead of her leaving that restaurant or calling the police, telling the dude to get the fuck out of her face, she texted her son and said, "Get the gun, come inside and kill him. And now I want you to kill his girlfriend too." And y'all think that shit is normal? That's not normal shit. That lady's a lunatic. Fuck what you heard. I don't want to bump into her in a dark alley. Or in a stairwell, no damn where. Hell no. Right, she crazy. Because that's crazy. Her son could have been in prison for the rest of his life. People get their asses to vote to legalize drugs. Exactly. Exactly. Something to keep us in bondage. For sure. Yep. We'll definitely do that. And that's what they've done. But at the end of the day, we're going to be so. I mean, how are y'all not sorry now? I mean, I feel bad for us. I'm part of this equation too. This shit is rough out here, man. It's rough. Then the black people went off when the submarine went down and people found out that them people paid $250,000 a seat. Some of the commentary was just shocking. Like, really? So they just deserve to die because they was millionaires. Y'all expect shit from other people that you don't give yourself. You can't expect other people to care about your community when you don't. We got to get these black politicians. We must stop voting for people because they're Democrats. Stop doing that. Don't. And I woke up, it was last election. Because there's this dude, me and him is cool, but his father ran for office, right? So one day I see the father and he's driving this, what you call them shits? Oh, Range Rover, right? And he's out and he's talking and I'm looking, I'm in my car. So I'm like, I realized that his car was running. And I'm like, why the fuck is your car running like that? So when I got out of my car, when I said, your car is running? He was like, yeah. I said, you're running for office and you just like, first of all, the price of gas is expensive and you can do what you want. But if you're a constituent and we are watching you. So if you don't care about gas prices as far as for yourself, I know damn well you don't care about them for me. Not only that, you're killing the environment. Like, turn off your fucking car. You're standing here. You don't know that, but you're running for office and you want to represent people and you want to make decisions. But because you're a black person, you're going to get voted for. But at the end of the day, do you make wise decisions in your everyday life? Because to me, little shit like that matters. Like I said, people throwing trash on the ground matters to me. People running their car in this time, like I said, y'all talk about global warming. There's no ozone layer, but what are you doing to help the situation? Even as far as recycling, y'all know that shit is a scam too, right? Mm-hmm. Right. In the beginning, it wasn't, but now it's about money. All bullshit. But we go for the okey doke. But I just think we got to stop making excuses. We got to stop allowing things when it's a black person involved. Well, because they were black, it's okay. It's not okay. Like I said, if that mother and son had been white and these motherfuckers that said they dropped the charges, I promise y'all they would be tearing Chicago up right now. Uh-huh. But because it's a black woman and a black son, it's okay. It kind of goes back to that shit. How the manosphere be talking about how some of these black mothers endanger their children. Like, I can't help but, like, that Tommy Sotomayor bullshit, not bullshit, them Tommy Sotomayor facts that he was putting back out here years ago. You can hate the messenger, but damn sure better listen to the message. This is the type of shit that he's saying. That woman endangered her son. You called him, told him come inside and kill somebody, and now everybody's happy that you got off. Like they said, justifiably so. She should have. Should she not have walked away? Huh? Because it could have went the other way. Like, I don't understand. What if he had gotten shot down like a dog? And then, like I said, y'all making commentary talking about, well, that man had a rap sheet. All right, so George Floyd should have died too, huh? because he had an extensive rap sheet. Right, this off. Okay. All right, y'all have a good night. Well, good morning and shit. I gotta go to work soon. It's time for a sick day. But you know what? I don't be taking sick days if I'm broke. Fuck that. You need money to kick it. All right. I will see y'all later. And I just wanted to come through real quick, like I said, and just ask some different questions from the other side because we get caught up on the ride sometimes. And we need to be real with ourselves. Do people really have our best interests? Like, was this really a win? It was a win for the woman, of course, for her son. But for this lady, I mean, at what point do we start holding these mothers accountable? Hello? Y'all got to make better choices when your children are involved, period. But we'll hear more about who that woman is shortly, I'm sure. Because you know how people do. They like to talk that shit when they hear about something like that. And I want to know. I would be very curious to know, what kind of lady is that? Because who in their right mind would call their son and say, come inside and bust off? Oh my God, never. Not me, baby. No way. All right, I'll see y'all later. Have a good morning. We'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.